Hey, we're Tonight Alive.
And we're here to tell you the stories behind our songs.
So I think with Limitless we really found what we were looking for, because that was definitely like a time of searching for us, and we kind of really accepted who we were and really loved who we were, and we just wanted to keep going. So we kind of finished a touring cycle of 1.5 years or whatever, and we just wrote and got World Away, and we just want to keep it going really.
It's cool as well. All our deals with our record labels finished, so just felt appropriate to start again sonically and like on an outward perspective, because obviously we took 3 months off between Christmas and when we started traveling again to do the You Me at 6 tour. So we were writing in that time, and we knew that things were changing for us dynamically and creatively, and we kind of just were ready to share that with our fans. There are moments when I think things need to be extremely personal and intimate to the story and true, and there's other times where you can consider how many different kinds of people with different lives are going to listen to your music, and how open can I keep this so that people can relate to it and enjoy it, and just make it more of a universal take on, you know, I can write about one thing like World Away, which is about the life that you want and the improvement that you want to see not being such a distant thing. Whereas when I shared that with a friend, she related it to like a really traumatic physical accident that she had when she was hit by a truck. And I was like, this is crazy that two different people can relate to the same lyrical content. So sometimes I think it's important to do both. Well, that song was written in a day, and we kind of were just on this really cool roll. We were writing with David Hodges and Cameron Walker, the two friends of ours, and we were just jamming, and we got these little rhythms, da-da-da-da-da-da, and we just started filling in the lyrics, and it naturally evolved into talking about manipulative relationships, where you don't really recognize who you were at the start of that relationship, and you don't relate to that person anymore, and how that whole waking up process puts things into perspective about who you believe you were, and who you see the people in your life as, what roles do they play, and just kind of making sense of all that. So it was kind of a reflection of, you know, things that I've experienced in small doses, and also that I've reflected on other people experiencing. It wasn't necessarily from one singular story.
We definitely try and, well, I definitely try and make it really as universal as possible, but as personal as possible, because I don't want it to be, as Jenna said, I don't want it to just be one thing and that's it. Like, I love that everyone has a completely different take on what it is, and I think that we've really kind of honed in on what that is making that personal, and because we don't want to be preachy, we just want it to be all from our personal experiences. So I think that's where the personal side comes in, but we also want it to be universal, where anyone can listen to the song, and whether they're going through something there or they just like the song because it's a good song. So we're trying to get that whole broad. That's always in the back of my mind.
Can I add something? I don't want to make this answer so crazy long, but like when we put The Ocean out, that was about me having chronic eczema and like being so terribly depressed and uncomfortable in my own body. But I can't write those lyrics saying my skin's itchy and I can't turn my head because my skin's so tight. I couldn't say that. So you just kind of interpret the lyrics on a different level, and I go to a poetic place and an emotional place, and then no one would ever know that was what that song was about. I remember when we wrote The Fire, we were in the back of a van on our second tour in America, and I was in the back seat, and Wack would make the demos, just the music, and at the time I would just write along to the music he wrote. So I would listen to it on my iPod, and I wrote, I feel like I died and went to heaven. And I was just talking about coming out of a dark time. And when we were writing Complexes, I remember where exactly I was in my car, which was only a few streets away from my house. And I came up with those lyrics, "Are you embarrassed of me? You say that you're proud, but only when I ask you." And I just remember the phone call that inspired those lyrics. So Yeah, most of the songs I have like a very physical attachment to the time that the first spark of the song happened.